From time immemorial, human beings have been trying to find ways and means to lead a happy and prosperous life. It is said that necessity is the mother of invention, and the difficulties faced by human beings made them think deeply about remedies to overcome them. After a lot of soul-searching, our ancient rishis found out the secrets of the cardinal direction and its influence on the living beings. A new science of Vasthu came into existence, and it is an ancient science well known in India for ages. In the famous fight between Lord Shiva and the demon Andhaka, the perspiration of Lord Shiva fell onto the earth. Out of this sweat rose a goblin. This goblin, by exercising the sovereign powers of Lord Shiva, consumed the blood of the demon Andhaka. Afterwards, the goblin performed severe penance and obtained many boons and started causing harm to the mortals dwelling on earth. The gods in turn complained about the goblin troubling the mortals on earth to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva created an inferior demigod, Adibalan, who, along with Maya, tied up the goblin with ropes and pushed him face down on the earth. Then he made the regents of the 8 cardinal directions to dwell on him. Since the regents dwell Vasi on him, the goblin is known as Vasthu. Vasthu is positioned with his head on the northeast, his feet on the southwest, his folded hands pressed against his chest in the worship form, and assuming an aggressive facial expression. Selection of the plots, choosing the plot, elevation of property. A house is considered good when the plot on which the house is built is on a higher level than the road. Before buying a plot, it is advisable to do the proper filling of the plot or the ground so as to be on a higher level than the road. Apart from Vasthu principle, it is safer to have the plot on ground higher so that rainwater, insects, frogs, and other reptiles don't enter the compound of our house, and the dirty water doesn't get stagnated in the compound, causing mosquito menace in the house. The west side of the plot should be higher than the east, and the south side should be higher than the north. Square shape of land. Square is the best shape recommended in Vastu Sastra. Rectangle is also considered good. Corners. Extended northeast corner. If the northeast corner of a house or a building is extended, it is considered to be very auspicious and advantageous. A land or a plot is considered to be good if the northeast and the southeast sectors are not cut off or shortened. Corners of a house. All the 4 corners of a building or compound should be at a rectangle. It is not advisable to round off or cut off the northeast corner of a plot or the compound wall, as the full divine force will be cut off. A house and proximity to a religious place of worship. If a house faces a junction of 4 streets, then all the fame one has earned after hard work and efforts will start diminishing gradually, and enmity and envy will grow steadily. It is wise to shift from such a dwelling place. A house in the proximity of a temple or a religious place of worship will bring about grief to the residents or occupants of the house. Apart from grief, the residents will fall sick, and the family members of such a house will not cooperate with each other and will also be divided in their opinions. If a temple is located across the right side of a house or a building, all the efforts of the family members will go waste, resulting in loss of patience and perseverance, and yielding no good results benefiting the family. If a temple is located across the left side of a house or building, the residents or occupants of such a house will become lethargic and lazy and will never attempt to put in efforts. If a temple is located right behind a house or building, then it will bring about poverty to the residents and prosperity will slowly dwindle. If the temple is located right across a house or building, then the residents or occupants will be subjected to prosperity first, and then the prosperity will decline later, similar to the waxing of the moon first and then waning later. Roads on all sides of a plot. A plot with roads on all 4 sides is an excellent plot. Roads on all sides but converging. If there are roads on all 4 sides, but they are all converging on your plot, it is definitely not a good plot. Roads on north and east side. A plot with roads on all the four sides is believed to be very good, as this plot will give protection, progress and prosperity. A plot with roads on both the north and east is considered the best plot, as this plot is believed to receive the maximum impact of the Esan force. Outer portion of the house. Gate. The main gate. The first and foremost criteria for buying a property should be the direction of entry. In the plans shown, marked as 1, 2, 3, 4, the following are observed. A. North-facing plot, main gate at A. B. East-facing plot, main gate at B. C. South-facing plot, main gate at C. D. West-facing plot, main gate at D. Gate. The best position for gates for a compound is as per the diagram. The height of the gate should not be taller than that of the compound wall. Obstruction in front of the main gate. Strictly avoid dumping of garbage in front of the house or obstructions in the form of street light pole or boulders in front of the main gate. Marshy land. Having a marshy land across the main doorway of the house will lead the residents or occupants to ruin and adversity. Allowing the drainage water to flow across the house will lead residents or occupants to poverty and untold sufferings. An assemblage of people found always talking in front of a house, or if a well is located in front of a house, the residents or occupants in both the cases will suffer from incurable diseases like epilepsy. Any unhygienic or unholy acts done in the main doorway of the house will bring miseries to the residents and their descendants in that house. Shape of the building. The shape of a building should normally be square or rectangular. Any other shapes of the building, other than the two shapes mentioned above, are considered as major faults in the principles of Vasthu. It can bring bad results to the owners or the occupants of the building if it is built in an irregular shape. Open space. The planning of the house or a building should be designed in such a way that all the four sides of the building are open to the sky. This arrangement helps in the free flow of air in the building and allows plenty of sunshine and moonlight on the building. According to Vasthu principles, the space between the house and the compound wall on the northern side should be more than that on the southern side. Likewise, the space on the eastern side must be more than that on the western side. This is regardless of the direction in which the house faces, or the front portion of the house faces. House and trees in the periphery. Growing plants, trees and creepers in the periphery of a house may cause the goddess of fortune to flee away from the house, and even though the owner or occupant is leading a princely life, it may lead to adversity. The following plants or trees will bring bad luck if they are in the vicinity of the house. Agatti, Coronilla grandiflora, Alari, Oleander, Nandiattam, Nerium, Coronarium, Murukku, Indian coral tree, Erukku, Calotropis gigantea, Paruthi, cotton shrub, Karungali, ebony, Al, banyan, Puli, tamarind, Kal Al, Ficus vireus, Naval, Jambo, Papaya, Curry tree, Peepal. Big trees. Growing of big trees must always be on the south and west side of a house. Big trees must not be on the north and east side of a house. Location of well. In general, having a well dug at the northeast Isanya corner portends good fortune and prosperity. There is a doubt in the minds of many whether or not to have a well dug across the main doorway of a house facing east. Our ancestors have mentioned that having such a well is very lucky indeed. Such a location of a well will bring good gains, will improve one's luck in his occupation, and give a guarantee for all domestic auspicious functions celebrated without any impediments or hitches. The rule states that if the location of the well and the main doorway are in the same direction of east, and if the well is situated straight across the main doorway, in such cases the wife will fall sick frequently, and there will be perennial treatment being undergone. Therefore, it is very ideal to plan at the beginning itself to have a well dug at the northeast Isanya corner. House with white ants. Misfortune will befall the residents of a house which is infested with white ants or termites in the walls or doors or the windows of a house. Luck will recede, wealth will diminish, and fame will fade away. Wife and children will often fall sick. There will also be frequent bereavements in the family. There are solutions to solve this problem, like locating the source of the white ants, termites, and destroying them, and performing Vasthu Shanti Puja and other connected rituals. This will be dealt later exhaustively in the chapter of remedies for Vastu defects. Outhouse or garage location. The corners of the northeast, north, and east belong to the good deity. Do not build an outhouse or a garage on these corners. Should construction of such a structure on these corners become necessary and unavoidable, allow at least 1 meter of space between these corner walls and the erected structure. Free flow of air must be allowed. The southwest corner, not for garage. It is believed that one should not have the garage in the southwest corner. Vehicles parked in this corner will get neglected and develop faults, leading to expensive maintenance. Garbage removal through the front door. Garbage removal from the house should not be done through the front door. Ideally, use the back door, even if your garbage disposal area is in the front portion of your building. Storing scrap and garden waste. The northeast, north, and east corners of the compound should not be used to store garbage, garden waste, or scrap. The northwest corner is suited for housing of employees and parking of vehicles. But remember to allow at least 1 meter of space between the compound wall and any structure you construct. Employees or servants' quarters. The southwest corner of the compound should not house the employee or servants' quarters. This corner belongs to the master's or the owner's place. Your employee or servant may become disobedient or unruly if he or she stays in the southwest corner. Rainwater. It is essential that the rainwater from the roof be directed towards the eastern side or northern side, so that it should fall only in the eastern or the northern side. Rainwater should not fall on the southern side and western side, because the residents will have burden of loan increasing day by day and end up in heavy debt. Drainage water. As dealt briefly earlier, the drainage water from the house should go out only in the southeast corner or northwest corner or south. It should not exit from any of the other 5 corners. Large drain. A property or a plot having a large drain, that is, monsoon water, flowing along the west side or south side is not considered to be a good sign. Such plot or land should not be purchased, as it will not prove lucky for the owner of the plot or land.